There is, by the way, some new analysis that's been put out. It estimates the rebuild from Harvey could be $50 billion plus. I mean, who knows at this point? But our next guest knows something about taking all of this on. He's the former head of the Federal Housing Administration, the FHA, and helped with the rebuild after Katrina. Brian Montgomery on the phone with us. Now, Trace Gallagher was telling us, Brian, a few minutes ago that many of these people, as horrible as it sounds, don't even have flood insurance, even though this area does flood. I mean, where do you even begin?
Sure. Well, according to the latest statistics, about 600,000 Texans have flood insurance. Not surprisingly, about 250,000 of those are in the Houston area, but there's 1.6 million homes, obviously, in the Houston area. You can do the math. However, I suspect you will probably see some announcements coming out of HUD, similar to what was done after Katrina, where the Federal Housing Administration will be able to provide some assistance to many of these families.
How long does this kind of thing take? I asked that question with the understanding that this kind of thing is something we've never really seen before, but I know you do have experience, obviously, after Katrina. How long does it take to get the process up and running?
Well, as you know, disaster recovery goes in several phases. Certainly you want to evacuate people, safety is principle, but then you have to establish long-term, rather temporary shelter, certainly do a baseline assessment of people's needs, medical condition, et cetera. At that point, you'll be able to see some families return to their neighborhoods. Certainly they're calling their insurance companies who are already coming out here en masse. And then at that point, it's just an assessment. Just how bad is the property? Can it be repaired? Does it have to be torn down? What level of insurance? Should you have flood insurance? So even that phase of a disaster recovery is going to take many months.
Brian Montgomery, thank you, sir. We appreciate it. The housing crisis on top of everything else. We'll be right back.